Hi, everybody. Welcome to Noticeably Invisible. My name is Dave Lazat. I'm your host, and I'm joined with a very special guest who I'm actually just getting to know. And it's very exciting because she is a wonderful person, and I'm learning so much and we're having such great conversation. This is Lydia. And Lydia, I'm going to ask you, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hello, my name is Lydia Dubois, and I'm 30 years old, and I'm currently in SLA, which is shared living arrangements, and it's like living with somebody to help you accomplish your goals, like and stuff.
Okay. So for shared living, is that something that, well, like, are these people that you knew? Are they family members, friends?
Well, the woman who I live with is actually a lady that my mom used to work with. So she put me with her to live with her since my mom wanted me to become an adult and learning myself how to be independent and stuff.
How long have you been in shared living?
I have been in shared living for 7 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Wow. So do you like it?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your like favorite part about the shared living experience?
To be more independent.
Yeah. Even so, did you live with your mom prior, before you were living in shared living?
Yes.
Yeah. And living with this individual, are there any challenges that you face in the shared living?
The challenges I face is normal, but I just really got to know her and stuff. And she lives and she has helped me a lot to accomplish my goals.
Okay.
Of what I want to do for a living.
Yeah. So my understanding of shared living is you go to live with someone.
Yes.
And the goal is not for them to act like your parents.
No.
Or yeah,
they're not your parents at all.
it's almost like you're living with roommates who
Yes.
are just a little bit more supportive than
Yes.
your casual roommates, right?
Yep.
So they might help you with certain things that you struggle with,
Yep.
or arrange for certain things if you
Yes.
need help, like with doctor's appointments
Yep.
or transportation and stuff like that. Actually, how did you get here today?
I took the ride bus.
Okay, so how do you usually arrange that?
Sometimes I just give Mark a call and he helped me arrange them
All
for
right.
me.
So you have somebody that helps you coordinate that and you're able to get your transportation.
Yep.
So you can be as independent as you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you take the ride bus to other than to
From
meet me
home
today?
to here.
Yeah. Do you take it to other places as well?
I do sometimes when I need to go to the perspectives office in North Kingstown. Like if I used to be in a tech group, so I used to take the ride bus from there.
You were in a tech group before?
Yes.
What was that like?
It's really fun. I get to make my own video. I wish I have my iPad with me, but I just don't have it right now.
Oh, what kind of videos would you make?
I made a video called about myself, getting to know myself, and it helps with staff and other people to get to know me.
Wait, so you made a video to help train people on how to work with you?
Yes.
That's so cool. Whose idea was that? Was that your idea?
No, I was in a group called Perspectives.
Yeah.
And we talked about making a video on an iPad. So I used to work for Perspectives.
Cool.
For a couple of years, and yeah.
So one of the things that we said we were going to talk about a little bit today was disabilities. And I had asked kind of what you were comfortable sharing that you work with and on a daily basis and have to navigate.
So I do have some anxiety situations. I am really scared of some loud noises like alarms and stuff that high pitched mostly, and I use these noise canceling headphones to help me to to help me with the noises so I don't hear them as bad.
Okay, so it really startles you when you hear loud noises.
Yes.
And especially when you're not expecting them.
Yes.
So you have those kind of all the time, just as a preparation in case there's a situation where there might be loud
Yes,
noises?
I don't need to use the headphones too much because sometimes when I hear, but I only need them just in case.
Yeah.
So if I'm with somebody or just get startled, I use them.
Okay. One of the things I think is interesting is you mentioned you have pretty high level anxiety, right?
Kind of, yeah.
And at times it can cause you to be a little nervous.
Yes.
Be a little scared.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to point this out because I thought this was really impressive. You took a bus
Yes.
here today to
Mhm.
meet with me to
Yep.
do this, and you've only met with me once before,
Yes.
and this must be really nerve-wracking.
Yes.
But you were like super brave, and you came out here and you decided, I want to do this, so and you did it, right?
Mhm.
So even though you have anxiety and it can cause you to have a lot of like fears and nervousness,
Yep.
you still overcome it and
Yeah.
you do the things you need to do, right?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. One of the things we talked about when we met the first time, we were talking about the title,
Yeah.
Noticeably Invisible. And you had a different take on that because the title itself was kind of to represent the idea that sometimes people judge people just by their looks or knowing that they have a disability and they limit them.
Yeah.
But you were talking about invisible disabilities.
Yes.
Can you share a little bit about that?
It just like it's when with people a lot of people just don't know who the person is. And people just like to judge on people that they don't have one.
Mhm.
So like for example, people have seizures,
Yeah.
anxiety problems, and other types. They just don't understand of how people are going through, and they just want to treat them not the way they are.
Yeah. So that was something that you were kind of saying hit home for you.
Yes.
Just because like you can't see anxiety.
Right.
Anxiety is not something physical that we wear on us. It's something we're feeling inside.
Yes.
And you were mentioning like at work at times, previous jobs.
Yes.
That was a situation that you had to kind of get through because they weren't really understanding your anxiety.
Yes.
You want to share a little bit about that?
So I was at my previous job one day, and this I don't want to say her name or what position she's in, but it's somebody who I used to work with
Yeah.
at my previous job, and she just doesn't treat me like a normal person. And she would not let me sit down when I have panic attacks. She would not let me um just calm down or something. But she just doesn't understand who I am. I educated her on anxieties, that I do tend to get panic attack, and she just doesn't want to understand how I feel, you
Sure.
know?
She didn't take the time.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you attempted to educate her?
Yes.
What did you do? How
I
did you
just
go about
told her
that?
how I feel,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I told her about it, and she just doesn't think I have one. She probably think she just wanted to me um to be she just doesn't want me to be myself. She just want me to be like the other workers, and it's not fair.
Oh, all right. So in turn, for her not kind of like taking the time to get to know you and to
Yes.
figure out what's going to help you
Yes.
be successful,
Mm-hmm.
it ended up making you feel like I can't even be myself here.
Yes.
That's a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
And I think that idea of the invisible disabilities is it's a really important concept for people to understand
Yes.
because you're exactly right. Seizures, anxiety, depression, these are things that are all internal and
Yes.
on the inside.
Yeah, they're on the inside. You can't even see them, and a lot of people just don't see that.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole point of this podcast is to get people to take time and understand like there's so much more to get to know about people.
Yep.
And it really does limit all of us if we just assume things about people without actually getting to talk to them.
True.
Here's a few I wanted you to share like some great things that you do that people wouldn't just know by looking at you?
So what people should know is to not give up. Like if you're in a new work environment, it's okay to speak up, and
Yeah.
tell them how you feel,
And you actually take that way beyond just work,
Yeah.
because you're also involved in a self-advocacy group.
True.
And so tell us a little bit about what that
So
is.
what I do, I work with this lady named Dan Gagney.
Yeah.
And I volunteer to help out an advocacy group and help people how to advocate for themselves and stuff. And it's really a good idea. And I give people a lot of tips and tricks of how to advocate.
And when we say advocate, what exactly do you mean when you say that?
So it's like standing up for yourself, and doing stuff, like disability etiquette, like knowing how to vote, learning how to be independent, and a lot more stuff goes with that, and bullying, cyberbullying.
Oh, okay. And speaking of knowing how to vote, you just did a group on that
Yes.
recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is super important, right?
Right.
Everybody has the right to vote,
Yes.
and it can be really anxiety producing if you don't know how to do it.
True.
So that group is something that I think it's so important, and I'm so thankful that you and Deanne do that group, because I think that's so important for the individuals
Yep.
who are part of it.
Mm-hmm.
You also have a really cool hobby. You were going to bring an example, but you didn't have a chance. But
No.
tell us a little bit about that. I think
So
it's cool.
it's called diamond art or diamond painting, whatever you call it. It's just like painting by number, but you use little like gems or beads, whatever you call them, or drills, and you stick them with a pen, and you put it on a sticky canvas of a letter, number, or symbol where they belong.
Yeah. Why do you like doing that?
So example, I was in Florida, and I was on vacation, and I saw my aunt and grandfather doing them, and I said, what are those? And they look beautiful, and they said it's diamond art, and they had me one available, and I did one of a sling of a penguin, which was my first one, and I started getting into them already, and
Yeah.
it was pretty quick.
And you had a Halloween one when I met with you.
Yes.
So you do them for all the holidays.
Yep.
How many would you say you have?
I can't count because it's a lot.
Why do you think hobbies are important?
Hobbies are very important to get to know yourself of what you love to do.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a really good answer right there.
Yes.
Does it also help with anxiety, do you
Yes,
think?
it does. It's
Yeah.
very calming.
It's calming.
Yes.
And so, anxiety for people who aren't super familiar is based in future thinking, right?
Yes.
It's always thinking about worst case, like what could happen, and it's usually worst case scenario.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So when you're doing your diamond art, guess what you're not
Mhm.
thinking about?
What?
You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about all those fears that you have. You're thinking about the diamond art.
Yes.
So that's why it's so helpful. It
Yes.
keeps you in the present moment versus thinking about
Mhm.
all the bad things that could happen in life.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have that, and I think that's great. Do you have any other hobbies?
I love tech. I like to help to be when I used to be in perspective, I enjoyed it a lot. I also I just really like to hang out with my friends a lot too.
Yeah.
And program.
Yeah. You were out bowling
Yes.
when I talked to you. That's
That's
something you
another
do.
hobby I really love. I love bowling.
Yeah. So you go pretty regularly?
I go every Friday.
Every Friday. Are you good?
Yes.
Would you challenge anybody?
I would, but I just only do it for fun.
Yeah. What else do you and your friends like to do when you get together?
I like to go to the mall.
Yeah.
And hang out at the mall and walk around.
Yeah. And just hang out.
Yes.
Basically just hang out. Now you work, right?
I used to work. I don't have a job previously.
Okay. So is that something that's a goal of yours?
Yes, that is mostly a goal for me because I really want to get back out there and work because I really miss doing it.
What are some of the challenges for you with finding work?
I just really want people to get to know me mostly.
Yeah.
That's mostly my goal for work, is to understand how I go through and stuff, and knowing that it's okay to get out there and just tell them how you go through, you know?
Yeah. Is that nerve-wracking thinking about having
Yeah,
to do
it
that?
can be embarrassing
Mm,
at mostly, but it's just really, really good to know if you're working, getting a new job. It can be very, very difficult for somebody like me, but I know I can do it.
yeah. No, I think you
Yes.
can, sure. Do you have any other future goals for yourself?
Nope.
That's the main one right
Yes.
now. That's what you're focused on.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I wanted to ask you, this is something that I've been asking all of our guests. If you could offer somebody advice that struggles with maybe like anxiety or other things that maybe have caused them to have difficult situations where people didn't understand them or didn't take the time to know them, what advice would you share to those people?
It's okay to be yourself. And knowing that if you have an invisible disability, it's okay to be yourself.
Yeah.
And never give up, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a great quote right there. Never
Yeah.
give up, and it's okay to be yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, there's absolutely like, honestly, one of the things I do think of is when people don't take the time to get to know you,
Yes.
I feel like they're missing out just as much as you're missing out from
Yes.
them not doing it. Like they get to miss out on getting to know an amazing person, right?
Yeah, and I'm a person, and I'm still a human. I'm still a person, and it's okay to get to know myself. And I would become friends with you if you give me some kind of respect, you know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Um, Lydia, thank you so much for having this conversation.
You too, Dave.
You are just a really bright, shining star, and I am so glad to get to know you. This has
Thank
been
you.
very nice. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Noticeably Invisible. Again, I'm Dave. This is Lydia, and it was a pleasure having this conversation. We will see you next time with another wonderful guest. Everybody, have a great day.
Bye, guys.